What is up, everybody? It is Mr. M, and today I'm back. I have a collection update to do. In the background, if you can hear it, hopefully you can, playing Sabbath of the Hazel by Perverted Ceremony. Holy shit, I was fucking shaking right there. This is a band that I will be talking about in this collection update a little later on. Some stuff from Christmas, some stuff from sales that occurred. First up, I received this as a gift for Christmas. chthe'ilist with Les Derniers Crépuscules. Finished death metal worship. Came out in 2016. Hard to believe this thing's almost 2 years. Hopefully we don't have to wait another 2 years for their next record like we did between their demo and that full length. Next up is 2 records by the same band. The Epigenesis by Melakesh, put out in 2010 on Nuclear Blast. And then the follow-up to this record, which came out in 2015, Enki, also put out on Nuclear Blast Records. Hard to believe this record came out almost 3 years ago. Melakesh is a band that I do not hear being talked about a lot. They are a Mesopotamian themed black and thrash metal band. I believe it was started in Israel. I believe there is or was at least 1 or 2 members from the Netherlands, and it's been a while since I've listened to these records, so I can't really pick out any song in particular, but every single song on both of these records are solid black and thrash type songs. I believe those are their 4th and 5th records. I could be wrong on that. They've put out more stuff before that, but every single song, instrumentally and lyrically, and the way the vocals come out, just solid stuff. Next up, I placed an order with Dark Descent Records. They were having a year-end sale. I got this patch for Spectral Voice. Bit sparkly, but oh well, it's going to go on a patch. Also got that demo as well. 3 songs. If you haven't heard this, I highly recommend checking them out. Talked about Spectral Voice a lot. I'm not going to describe what they are, but yeah, you can definitely tell there was a sort of a sound progression between that one and then the full length that came out last year, which made a lot of people's top 10 lists. So if you've only heard Eroding Corridors of Unbeing, highly recommend checking out Necrotic Doom, and then also the split they did with Blood Incantation. I know that's difficult to find a physical copy of, but should definitely check it out. And then also from Dark Descent, I found out that they had a Wurgo. This is Slave Bitch to the Black Ram Master. I had not heard of these guys before they had put out Pestilential Rites of Infernal Fornication, which also made a lot of people's top lists last year. That fucking CD art is fucking dope. Pretty much everything I have to say about this, I said about Pestilential Rites of Infernal Fornication, except this is only 4 songs. It's pretty short. I don't even think it hits the 20-minute mark. Everything just flows so well. Not a bad song, which really is not saying much because, like I said, there's only 4 songs on it. But I believe that was the last release that they had put out prior to their full length, and fucking killer bestial war metal, definitely worth checking out. Next up is Perverted Ceremony. Like I said, would be talking about them. This is their self-titled EP put out on Nuclear War Now. And I am what you call a fucking idiot, because right there on the sticker it says to play at 45 RPM, and I still played it at 33 when I first played it. Comes on this nice green vinyl. That Nuclear War Now logo is one of the finest. And the thing is, playing this thing at 33 RPM doesn't sound terrible. Now, especially the intro song, which is purely symphonic, Didn't sound bad at all. But then I realized about halfway through the first song, Graveyard Sacred Worship, that I was playing it at the wrong speed. And this back photo makes it seem like it came out of the 90s. This does not seem like it was recorded in 2017 at all. And I got the Die Hard edition, so I got a patch, Graveyard Sacred Worship, and then a sticker, same thing but black and white. So technically this EP is 3 songs because of the intro, however, people aren't counting the intro as a song, so it's 2 songs. They are lengthier than normal for Perverted Ceremony songs, but they're not super lengthy. Graveyard Sacred Worship hovers around 5 minutes, and the second song, Malformed Procreation, I think is around 8 minutes. But this is just as good, if not better, than the album that we're listening to right now. So I got the Die Hard edition, like I said. It comes on green vinyl. It comes on black vinyl as well, not in the Die Hard version, which I believe is only like $14 or something. So it's definitely worth it. And then I also got, they put out the CD on the same day that they had put out the EP. And this includes the Sabbath of the Hazel album as well as the self-titled EP. Only $10 on Nuclear War now. So if you are not too sure about the vinyl, I would highly recommend picking that up because you get the full length and the EP, which is definitely worth it. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is Creator, Hail to the Hordes EP. Put out on Nuclear Blast Records, limited to 1,000 copies on a picture disc. This was Black Friday Record Store Day release, although I did not get this until the end of December. It comes with the single Hail to the Hordes, which of course was on their most recent record, Gods of Violence, came out last January. And if you watch my year-end video, that record made /1 on my year-end list. Then it came with 2 extra songs, Earth Under the Sword and Warrior Heart. And to say or to write them off as B-sides would be a sacrilege. I mean, I guess technically they are B-sides, so there's nothing wrong with calling them that, but to simply write them off and say that they're not as good is a sacrilege. They're both killer thrash songs. I think they're even better than Hail to the Hordes, but obviously it's not my choice as to what made it onto Gods of Violence. And that last song, Warrior Heart, the chorus is fucking massive. The gang vocals on it are huge, and the song overall is just anthemic. These are killer thrash songs that I don't even know how they got cut out of the record. But like I said, when I did my year-end video, I like pretty much every song on there except for one. So I guess them having B-sides that are just as good as any song that ended up on Gods of Violence isn't a bad thing at all. Because that just means people are going to listen to it. And if I can remember, I'll try to find a link to this, to Earth Under the Sword and Warrior Heart, if there are any on the internet. I'm sure there is by this point. But yeah, these songs... fuck. This single, you know, when I first got it, I just kept pushing the needle back every time it ended. Because those songs are just that good. But anyway, that's going to be the end for this collection update. Shorter one, smaller one, but I got more stuff coming in, so we'll probably make another one within the next few days. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking if you did. Thanks for subscribing, as always. And I'll see you in my next video.